Alright, what's up guys, Mitchell or Deity, and today this video is going to be talking about two characters that completely changed my account. They're free, I just got them in December, I believe, and they are crazy, okay? And part of this video is to kind of talk to you guys about how strong the free characters that Raid gives away are. So before we get started though, I have a QR code at the top, a download link in the description if you guys would be willing to download, whether it's first account, new account, whatever, it helps me. But I have 4 epic champions that you're going to get with my code. It's going to be Tagoar right away, Ugo level 25, Ultimate Gallic level 45, and Lady Quillen at level 50. Now from there, we are going to enter the promo code Monkey King once we start. That'll get us Sun Wukong, amazing legendary character. And then after you log in for 7 days, you're going to be getting Alice, another super strong legendary character. So that's 6 characters to get out of the gate. Fantastic start to Raid. Now, with the free characters, there are also some characters that you get as you just play passively, just as you go along. Right now, we actually have a fusion event for this character, Esme the Dancer. So, or Fragment Summon, sorry, it's fusion event, fragment, everyone calls it fusion event, but it's Esme the Dancer. She looks pretty good overall, but the thing is, a lot of people said the characters I'm about to talk about weren't crazy strong, but oh my god, they changed my account. So it's kind of scary to give any advice on this. Almost every fusion champion or free champion that they give out is pretty strong in some kind of content. This character looks super good in Hydra just right out of the gate, but there's probably gonna be a million places you could find that this character is just gonna be amazing overall. Like this S1 gives attack increase on all champions for 1 turn. You could use this with Ultimate Gallic with my code. Because Ultimate Gallic, when he has attack buff, you're going to be getting an AoE attack, which is, or AoE HP burn, which is insanely strong. So there's going to be a million things that people find these characters are good for, and they're free. So if you are new to the game, it's going to be hard for you to do this event. It is possible. I've done it on a new account. I did it last month for the Mad Hatter Fusion. It is possible. But those of you that are new, maybe try to learn, feel out the game, and then go for the next fusion event. Now, I know a lot of you are probably looking at this and you're like, wait, why do you have 13,000 stamina? Do you even play this game? Yes, I play this game. That's why I have 13,000 stamina. I've been grinding. That was 25,000 not that long ago. So, yes, I do play the game. Trust me, I've been grinding some new characters. Got a Crizzy all built up. I've been working even on masteries, boys. I even mastery farmed. And I have a lot of stamina because I may have purchased some and I may have gotten some. So we won't talk about that. Now, from here, though, I want to talk about the characters. So the new characters, or the characters I'm talking about, they're new to me, are Sir Nicholas and Lady Noel, okay? These 2 characters are Void Legendary Champions that they gave out for free just for doing the event, okay? It was a lot of grinding, and it was back-to-back events, meaning that if I was a free-to-play player and didn't have anything saved, there's no way I could have done it, okay? And that is where if you save your resources and try to time these events that pop up, you can get some insanely good things. But if you're the kind of player, which most people who play gacha games are, where when you get a resource, you want to spend it because you want to make that progression. Raid is a weird system that you have to get used to. It took me months before I started realizing I need to save. And once I did, though, I started getting these free champs and okay, let's just go in. I'll explain what these characters have accomplished for me. So real quick, the builds are not good. Almost all of my characters in Raid are built on Relentless set. That's just, I just do tournaments. I'm always boosting up new characters, so I haven't had like almost any time to farm a specific dungeon very much. The thing I farm the most is Spider. Other than that, it's just doing tournaments and trying to win the Relentless sets and taking whatever's good. My Ninja, everything's on Relentless. With this, kind of hurts me because a lot of my tuning and things like that, you want to have your skills that give certain buffs, like say you have an unkillable buff, which we're about to talk about, and you have Relentless set. Relentless set has a chance of getting an extra turn. If you get an extra turn at the wrong time, it's going to cycle you out of that unkillable or invincible buff, and you're going to die. So that part's been a little bad for me. I know my account, now that I'm starting to learn the mechanics of mixing all these types of characters together, my account's going to be insane in a year, and it gives me so much to look forward to with Raid. But for right now, I'm making it work. It's not as consistent as it should be. But now let's go into the kits. Okay, we'll start with Sir Nick. Sir Nick's pretty simple kit. He has attack 1 enemy, chance to freeze. Okay, boring. Next up, we have attack all enemies. Places a shield buff on all allies. Value shields equal to 30% of damage inflicted, and it's an AoE attack. So you hit 5 mobs, you're getting a massive shield if he hits relatively hard. Lastly, we're going to have places unkillable buff and a 15% continuous heal. So he heals your team, gives them shield, and puts an unkillable buff, making it to where if you drop to 1 HP, you will stay alive. That is super, super big. Now from here, we are going to now go and look at Lady Noel. He doesn't have passive, does he? No. So Lady Noel, this character with Sir Nicholas is insane. So This passive is just decreases speed of enemies under freeze. Okay, she freezes, my ninja freezes, has a good synergy with a couple of the characters I use. And it also has when a sheep debuff expires on ally, fills turn meter by 50%. So that's like a PvP style thing. So yes, she would be usable in PvP, but I am not there, nor do I see myself being there at a relatively good point of, say, live arena for a very long time. That's fine because the PvE of this game is super fun. Now, next up, her skill 3 revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. It's very, very good reviver. And she's void, so bring her everywhere. Then has a 75% chance of placing a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Will place the freeze debuff even if there are no dead allies. So she just uses the skill, doesn't revive anything, she can still AoE freeze the enemy team. It's at a 75% chance. You're probably going to miss one, but still has a potential to do so. Now, this debuff cannot be resisted or blocked if Signup on the same team. That's insane. Okay, so with having these 2 characters, it makes it to where I have wave control in every single style of content I do, whether it's Doom Tower, whether it's Dragon, whether it's any Spirit, Force, what are they called? Keeps? Any of the keeps. Most content you have to go through waves, correct, to get to the boss. This helps with the waves so much because the enemies are always frozen, never get to attack. Now, also with having Signup on the board, I don't have to build accuracy. I could fight the hardest level thing in the game and it's just going to ignore the resistance. So I don't have to ever build accuracy on her. That makes her so much easier to build. Now, the skill 2 is where it gets crazy though. It targets an ally. If the target's under sheep, this is a PvP thing, we'll kind of skip over it, but sheep, blah, blah, blah. Next up, if the target ally is not under a sheep debuff, heals them 50%. So she just becomes a general healer. Not bad. And surplus healing, so if they're at 78% of their HP, that additional healing that goes above the 100% from 78 to 100 will go to the rest of your team. So it's an additional heal. So just, it's nice paired with Sir Nicholas. That's 2 different healers we have. Now from here, if the target ally they use the skill on is Sir Nicholas, instantly activates his Goodwill skill. His Goodwill skill is the one that gives unkillable. So Signup will put up unkillable, a turn will pass, all your characters will go through their turns, and then she'll use her skill, and then it'll make him proc again and you're back unkillable. So you have almost infinite unkillable on your team if you set yourself up right, which I cannot right now because Relentless, that I was talking about. I will end up cycling out of the buff sometimes, which sucks, but it's still insanely good. So this combo has allowed me to beat things I didn't think I'd beat for a year. It's making everything so much easier for me, and these are free characters the game gave out. That's crazy. I cannot believe how good the free characters are in Raid. Now, then place a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, so increased speed, that's amazing. Turn-based game, more turns you take, that's always going to be good. And as a new player with garbage gear, that's nice for me. All right, then the skill 1's super boring. It places a block debuff, or block buffs for 2 turns. It's a good skill. It's only a single target, it's not AoE. And then it also decreases turn meter by 20% if they're under a freeze debuff, so you can get a pushback out of it. These effects can't be resisted if Signup on the same team. Amazing. Again, don't have to build accuracy on her to land your debuffs. Okay, so that's the combo. Super, super strong. Now, I've been trying to get a little creative and trying to min-max this team a little bit, and there's a 3-star called Pain Keeper. Okay, I had to look. Pain Keeper, I thought it was Pain Seeker. All right, so Pain Keeper. Pain Keeper is a void rare, super easy to get. People, you may probably have one and you think this character is useless. Actually really nice. You can use it in a lot of content, and especially clan boss. There's a lot of clan boss teams that utilize him. So with Pain Keeper decreases, I said him, there's boobs there, her, sorry, my bad. Decreases the cooldowns of all ally skills by 1 turn, and once you max and skill up this, it goes to every 4 turns you can use this. So by mixing Pain Keeper in with these 2 other characters, this is on a 3-turn cooldown already, so when that other Pain Keeper procs, this is going to be on an additional lower cooldown. So it's just always going. I'm always getting unbuffable. Now imagine you set your speed tuning perfect with this to where your Sir Nick goes after 2 turns, your Lady Noel goes, re-triggers them, and then Pain Keeper goes after that to reset your Noel and him. You have infinite unkillable. Now this doesn't work for every content in the game, obviously. Some things strip, some things do steal buffs. There's all sorts of different things that can happen, but there are specific contents that this is super strong in. Okay, one of the big things, it could be used in the event dungeon. I'm working on a team for that right now. And then Spider was amazing. Okay, I was stuck at Spider 3 because I couldn't beat Spider 4 for a long time because I'm struggling to beat anything that is force because all my champions so far have been magic. That's something you guys will probably run into as well. But by getting those 2 void legendary characters, it just makes it to where I can bring other characters that I don't have built up as good, don't have all their masteries done, but it's able to keep them alive. And that is the biggest thing, keeping those characters alive through the whole fight. I'm able to eventually win because Spider doesn't strip, or I don't think it does because I'm beating it, but I was able to get all the way to Spider hard 10. All right, that's amazing. I again didn't think I'd be able to do that for a long time. The next thing is Dragon Slayer. I'm currently at Dragon Slayer 8 and I'm pretty sure I can beat it. I just haven't tried it yet. I'm going to probably do a video on it whenever I get there, whatever my first Dragon Slayer 10 team is. That's super cool. Again, it's something I didn't think I'd be able to complete for a very long time. Now there's a bunch of other conjures she's good in, but the last thing for me that I've just been baffled by besides Doom Tower is going to be the Iron Twins Fortress. I struggled so much with this. This was the hardest content in the absolute universe for me. And then now I can just go in, slap down Lady Noel, Sir Nick, slap in a Ninja, and I got a Krizia. Let's throw a Krizia in for fun and just try this team. And I bet I'll be able to beat this now because as you see, this was the stage I was at. I haven't tried it. I just recently fully invested in Lady Noel and Sir Nick. That's why after a month, I'm like, oh, wow, this is actually really awesome. It took well, I'm going to end up just killing it super fast because I am just overall stronger. But again, I was failing this. I was failing this before. I would use a Thorian here instead of a Krizia. It'd be very similar because a Thorian's max HP damage. So it's overall it's going to be the same. Using a Krizia instead. So don't judge me. Yeah, this is, I mean, look at this team though. Technically 4 of the characters are free. Ninja was free. Lady Noel, Sir Nick, free. Lady Mikage, a free fusion. This is all free characters except for the Krizia. Pretend that's Cold Heart, all right? Just in your mind, pretend that's Cold Heart. But now this one will be a little bit stronger. Hopefully we can see the overall, the mechanics work here. Okay, so now this time, let's go ahead and look. Ninja goes, Lady Noel will proc her thing, and then Sir Nick goes. Okay, so now Sir Nick has the 2-turn invincibility on everybody. We're getting attacked, doesn't matter. We couldn't die if we wanted to. And then Sir Nick does his other skill. Lady Noel should proc her skill over on Sir Nick to reapply here once she eventually gets a turn. See, I'm starting to die a little bit. Oh, well, she has to revive this turn, actually. So, never mind, that's going to be a little bit slower. But you'll see through the length of the fight as long as we don't kill it right here. There it is. We have unkillable again. And then let's see, is Lady Noel go back into it? Yep, so Lady Noel goes, and that procs Sir Nick into going again. So now we're 2-turn invincible again. And with Lady Noel having the revive, even when things go a little south since she's the tankiest, I still just live. So I'm probably able to beat this up to quite a bit higher. But I do have the Painkeeper team. I was using that on the last rotation was Force yesterday. But I'm able to beat all this now. I wasn't able to do this before. I'm super excited. So that is the video. I just wanted to, I'm kind of cheesing right now because I'm beating a bunch of new content, which is cool. But that's all I got. So again, the free champions in Raid can be insanely strong. Do your research and use your brain. Can this character work for me? Don't always just listen to other people. Look at it and think, do I have a use for this? The answer is you probably do, especially if you're new. I think almost every single one I've gotten has been super, super useful in some capacity for myself. So the only one I kind of regret doing was Scored, but that was because I did him before I could even dream of making a hybrid or a Hydra team, and he just has random gear on. This is the only one that he's probably good, but he's really high rated in Hydra, so he's probably really good. I'm just not to a point where I can truly utilize him yet. So thank you guys for watching. Again, I have the QR code at the top and down in the link in the description. If you are willing to make a second account even, it helps me out for great epic champions plus the 2 legendaries. Great start, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Peace out.